Hey, let's discuss about how it feels to be in your 20s exploring your life. Meanwhile, with a single parent and without any support from siblings or being a single child in itself, there's going to be some of retrospect of what happened with my life and what could be better if I could say to someone like these are the things I wish I had known. For sure, like in every part of our life, we think like we look back and we regret the choices we didn't make. And also, there is like a cost for everything, right? Like for the every choices we make. Recently, I read the blog from Shruti Changal, and it's about choices, and she wrote it beautifully that there's some choices which we make, and there is thousand choices which we don't make. And a single person cannot live a life of thousand choices, so we are going to have regret. And the way which she put it was so beautiful. If I can, I link it in the um, description for you. Yeah, like it's not about regrets, it's also about the life in itself. I just want to share it with you and get to like share some stories. And why am I describing it so much without even talking about it? I don't know. Um, the fact which hits me first was when a person, like I meant single parent, right? The other person is not there in their life. Okay, so you're available. By available you mean I come to say that you take up that step, because from your side you feel that okay, I lost my parent, so it obviously makes sense to be available for the next one. So in a way, we like it's not girl math. It's like, I guess it's grief math that we believe that if we do for this parent is in a way doing for that parent, the one which we lost. Since we're not able to do anything for them, we try to compensate that part of grief by doing to this parent. Okay. So all in all, we somewhere try to walk and slip into the shoes of the one whom we lost. And the grieving parent also is looking for that lost person. And like, you slip into that position slightly, and consciously or unconsciously, they see you through that lens. They see you through that person. Meaning, like, if your father is not there and you start to earn as soon as your father died, somewhere you take up your father's role. Because as a good child, good girl or good boy, what you're told to do is like take care, take care of the family, take care of this, take care of that. But everything should have a boundary in order to be sustainable. Like at that young age in 20s, we don't know. We are asked to be good and we do what is asked for us, and we like it is difficult to say no in itself because we don't want to get offended, and we don't want to like we want to be in that good frame, and we don't want any opinions, I would say. Like earlier my in my 20s I wouldn't have made this video because I would have been scared, thinking that what if someone says like okay, you are asking me to be selfish. And it's not about being selfish, it's like self prioritize so that you can be sustainable and be there for that person, because without any like resentment. If you're going to like it's not the path like in 20s. we I remember a line like it said we are either all in or all out. It just happened with my first book too. I was either all in or all out. That was the kind of energy I had in my 20s. But like now, when I'm like starting with the era, I feel that it's not that. It's about showing up consistently, sustainably. For that, we need to have boundary. In terms of book, like that's like an analogy. In terms of book, it's easy to say that's why. It's just showing up and without any results. The same way, we are not like that to fill anyone's shoes. Like to put it simply, you are there in your life to understand your own path in 20s, but somewhere life puts you in that situation and you feel that shoe. And when you feel that shoe, after some time, like after years, I'm not even saying sometime, after years, when in some cases it's like it's being validated, okay? People feel like, okay, you feel that part and we are grateful for it. But earned love never lasts. That's what I'm coming to say. Like, as long as you feel the shoe, if you are getting that gratitude, that is like entirely tiresome thing, and I don't want that to happen to you, because you cannot do that. You're playing now dual role. Imagine double action in a movie. It's so hard. And it's known that if someone is doing it so well, people talk about it because it's too hard. Even in movies, acting two roles is difficult. Now we have to act as a role like child role and the parent role as well for single person, and it will take a heavy toll on you in your 20s. Why I'm saying that is you yourself is not stable. That's the phase of life where you figure out what career you want, what partner you want, and like when are you ready to settle. I mean, not settle. Even now I don't feel settled. I came to terms with that we are never going to feel settled. But in that the rush, with that rush and with all that energy, now we'll have that sense of calmness. Like, at least I could say, not I can't say safety net. We'll be used to starting over from the scratch again and again throughout 20s. So I'll be like, okay, this is part of life. Even now I don't have a job, but I know that I can start it over. That's the point I'm trying to say. But in my 20s, when I had the layoff, I was like crying like anything, thinking like this is the end of the world. And I did the same again with my next job when I had to quit it, but not definitely not like the first one. So that degree of impact just reduces, and we start, in a way I'll say, like we'll start to detach from materialistic things. Job, I don't think it's not about materialistic alone. It's just that every sense in every aspect of life, like parental love or any love, we just have that sense that okay, I'm doing my part. The receiving end, I don't know how it's going to be received, and neither I'm not waiting for that validation also. We just come to make that sense in 30, but in 20 it's too tough. And imagine like you're responsible for your life. On top of that, you're asked or you're like expected to be like, I wouldn't say dependent, because only a child is dependent after 12 years. After that, no person is dependent. In their sanity, of course, they're not dependent. In their physical ailment, if they are dependent, that's different story. If they're not able to function, even in that case, if you make a choice that you are going to move out and you are going to support in terms of like nurse or something else, that's a choice you make. The point is, there is no right choice or wrong choice, but the society, what they try to make us feel is, especially in Asian communities, in that, especially in India, I'll say it out there, what is expected is you are like you are treated as how to say retirement plan or that like a health insurance, but that's not the case. That should never be the case. Like feeding their children or providing for their children is expected out of the parents, and I added it somewhere. If you're not going to do that legally, you're going to face the system. That's another story. So it should be a choice from your heart, and you shouldn't feel obligated, is what I'm trying to say. If you had the choice, if you make the choice that okay, I made the choice, like for a certain period of time I was with my parent, like I did, and then like after that I made a choice to just go out, and then I returned back, like, but people will be there to judge you and do something, but you should have that, how to say, judgment. Speaking of judgment, I was judged on my worst day. when my mother passed away in front, I don't know how to just read words as well. Like, people were so cruel that I can put it in that way. They were like so cruel. I wish it hadn't happened for anyone out there, but life made me face it. I I just share in detail about how to face judgment on your worst day and how to face judgment in general, because it's not easy. As much as we say, I don't care about what others think, somewhere along the line it impacts us. When we are vulnerable, I guess it impacts us. It didn't impact me, and I did move along from that. Let us share, let us discuss about that in the next one, probably. Sustainable way to work it out with a single parent is boundary, in terms of emotional boundary, physical boundary, or else like finance boundary. What, like, those boundaries will help and they'll act as a pillar, like, to navigate the relationship. And even if you make the choice to move out, to live your life, there is no judgment you should take your heart, because you made a choice and there is a like cost for it, that like you will miss out the time which you can spend with your parent at the, like, there's definitely a cost for it. Like, in my case, it just went for 15 days, and to just quit my job, seriously, to quit my job, I went out. And when I returned, like, it was the same time that my mother was hospitalized, and I just returned straight to the hospital on the same day. Like, those things happened. It was a heavy cost. If I had known that, I wouldn't have taken it. And I was with her for 5 years. Like, during COVID, I returned back home and I was with her. But somehow, that 15 days, it turned into a challenge of events for me. So, what I'm trying to say is, even if you're going to be there for like, how can we say, right? Like, we are not God. If I had known that, I don't know. I think so. I'm having that pain. That is why I'm trying to smile. Okay, I'll take a sip of water. I wanted this video to be uncut because it's kind of sensitive topic. Everybody in the society says that. They said to me repeatedly as well. Take care of your parent. Take care of your parent. Of course, you have to take care of that parent. The thing is, you should also take care of yourself, because I remember saying it in one of my previous video. I just tagged it somewhere. The thing is, if you're not going to take care of your own problems, you are going to be a burden for your parent. Like, imagine, I've explained detailedly there. I don't want to get it into it again. To put it simply, if we don't address our own personal issue and it becomes a bigger problem, now they're having two problems to deal with. One is their own grief and another one is our problem. We don't want to give it to them. Every parent wants their child to live their life. And that's what a parent should think. You're not living for someone else. Like, they can accommodate in your life. You cannot live for them. That was beautifully good. Seriously. Exactly. I want to end it with that note. Thank you. Thank you if you stayed till. I guess this is the longest video in my channel. I want to try something new. So I did. And let me know if you want to see some, like, these uncut videos, because it feels sometimes like yapping. And yapping video is trending in shorts and everything, but it's something sensitive topic and people rarely watch videos, okay? Like, nowadays the attention span has become very less, so it's like, speaking of show up, I want to show up no matter what the result is. But saying that, I know somewhere along the line I'm going to pick up. I saw somewhere like 90% or 85% of people quit YouTube after some time. I don't know, I'm going to be one of them or whatever. Right now, I want to share this to that one person who's wondering, like, what to do, what really to do, because they don't know. There is no guidebook in this sense. Even I am not guiding you. I'm just saying that I, I'm just giving you that reassurance. That's it. You are like you and your emotions is also valuable like your single parent. Just because they're old, just because they're grieving, it doesn't mean that you don't have the grief. You don't get the like, somebody can't snatch that opportunity from you, like living your life and exploring life. I remember people were saying that get married for your mother, get married for your mother. I stood my foot and said that like no, no, that's not happening. I am not going to marry a person. I mean, like an arranged marriage. I am not going to marry a person just because my mother is getting old. My marriage should be on my terms, and I did. And did I regret the fact that my mother was not in my marriage? Of course, I do. But was it a conscious choice which I took? Yeah, I took the choice, and there was a cost for it. Just put it simply, every choice will have a cost. Okay, but there are also some choices which we know like only later. Just like that 15 days, I didn't know that. If that was a huge cost to pay out, and I feel like life was unfair to me. Life is unfair at some moments. Let's not take the video any more longer. Thank you.